All right, buddy. I'm Tommy.
And I am Nick, and this is
TNT into the anime coverage.
Tarad is not here with us today, actually, again. Sorry to say.
Mm-hmm.
But
Today,
we will be overviewing, however you want to say it, a movie that actually just had released. It is One Piece, the film Red.
yes, it is a very good anime movie. And if you have not seen it yet, warning, may have some spoilers. Also, I should really suggest you go see it.
Yes, especially in IMAX.
Then come back and listen to our video. So, the synopsis of the movie is the story is set on the island of Music Elgia, where Uta, the main character and main antagonist for the most of the movie, becomes the world's greatest diva, holds her first ever live concert, and reveals herself to the public.
Yep.
The Straw Hat Pirates, Marines, and fans from across the world gather to enjoy Uta's voice, which has been described as otherworldly. However, the event begins with the shocking revelation that Uta is the daughter of Shanks.
Yep.
Bum, bum.
By none other than Luffy, because apparently they know each other as kids.
Yes. So Luffy, the main character of One Piece, the anime, which is the movie is from, is the main protagonist of the entire anime. So they grew up as kids.
For the most part, because you got to remember, I'm not too sure if they actually claimed it or if it's just self-proclaimed. She is the musician of the Red Hair Shanks Pirates.
Uta is a world-famous singer, diva, and the adopted daughter of red-haired Shanks. She is also a musician in his crew until she left while she was still a child. She is the main antagonist of the One Piece film Red. When Uta, the young woman with long hair that is white on her left side and red on her right side. Kind of like
Shoto
Todoroki from My Hero Academia. But besides it.
Yeah.
You should watch other videos on that.
But one of the reasons she's so good as a songstress is not only her voice, but she also ate a devil fruit, the Uta Uta, or the Song Song fruit.
Yep. Song or Sing, depends on how we pronounce it.
Yeah.
Fun fact, the Uta Uta no Mi is the only devil fruit from the anime that has shared its name with its user. A devil fruit is a fruit in the anime One Piece that gives its users power.
Gives them power, but makes them to the point where they can't swim. Usually it's anything deeper than waist-high water. They go completely limp.
Yes. Rain does affect some of them, but depending on how powerful they are, how it affects them. Also, taking a bath can also affect them as well. It's just water in general. This is called the devil fruit and the mysterious distinctive fruit scattered throughout the world, known for granting the eaters permanent superhuman powers and an equally permanent inability to swim, because the god of the sea has cursed the devil fruit eaters. There are 3 types of devil fruits. There are Paramecia, there's Zoan, and Logia.
Basically, a general effect, ability to transform into some sort of creature, and then the ability to harness and wield a element.
Yes, you got Paramecia. Grants you the superhuman powers of being able to change the animals or natural elements. Then we got the Zoan type devil fruit, gains the ability to transform into animals as well as transform into hybrid from their own species and other species the fruit allows to transform into. On Zoan, you got the ancient Zoan, the mystical Zoan, and the artificial Zoan. And then you got Logia, the rarest and most powerful of the 3 devil fruit. Logia type fruit users allow the users to create, control, and transform their body into a natural element, such as smoke, sand, fire, lightning, etc., etc.
Yeah.
There are, in total, 205 different devil fruits.
That we know of as of right now.
As of now, yes.
But that was just some basic information.
Yeah.
So we'll be going back to the movie. But first, we're going to actually explain the Uta Uta fruit's abilities. The Song Song grants the ability to the user to when they sing, put their target, which is a area effect, to sleep and bring their soul into what's known as the dream world, where the wielder of the devil fruit has complete control of it.
Yes. The appearance of the fruit itself is small, brown, and pink, with a green stem shaped like an eighth note or a music note, if you don't know what an eighth note is. It has 4 colored rings around the middle of the fruit, going from yellow, orange, red, and blue, which reminiscent of the lines of a music staff. And it's as all other devil fruits, it is covered in spirals. Its strengths and weaknesses. The main strengths of the fruit is allows you to transport the consciousness or essentially their spirit of the people who hear them singing, included their own, into a virtual space known as Uda World or Song World. The weakness of the ability of the Uda is that the world can only be maintained as long as the user remains awake. It also consumes a lot of stamina to maintain the ability for long periods of time.
Yes.
So, yes.
And in the movie, it shows that there is a unique mushroom called the wake shroom that Uta is eating that for the entire movie that basically allows her to stay awake, but has the downside of if you continuously eat it, you die.
Yes. Which kind of sucks.
But she was willing to do it because one of the reasons she became a songstress was to bring some happiness and joy and all that to everybody who heard her sing. And I don't want to spoil too much, but I think she was being there is what's known as the Devil King that makes an appearance in this.
Tox Musica.
Yes. And it had possessed her at a young age. And I do believe that because she had read some sheet music that would summon it and awaken it. And I get the feeling that it was making some of her decisions towards the end, especially when she was eating the wake shrooms.
For the most part, Uda seems to be cheerful and optimistic. She possesses a strong ideal to build a new era of peace and happiness throughout her voice, even if it means people would be forced to live forever in the Uda world. But her ideas are misguided, I guess I would go with.
Well,
she believes that to save the world, she needs to end it.
Well, not only that, but you gotta also remember she is extremely sheltered growing up.
True.
And she doesn't have the full picture. So that's also coloring her perception of everything.
When she was young, they went to the island Elgia, which is the music city. It's the music island.
Music capital of the world,
pretty much. And they loved her voice so much that he asked her to sing for hours. And when doing so, the sheet music Top Musica found her, and she sang it, and it released the Devil King,
and destroyed
Elgia. Luckily, she was so young, so her stamina ran out, and Shanks and the crew was able to save him. But so they left her there on Elgia with the
king.
The king.
What is his name? George? Gregory or something like that?
I don't remember his name.
It's one of those two, I want to say.
But Gordon. It was Gordon. But Shanks told Gordon not to tell her what happened and to make her the best singer ever.
Yep.
Which he did. And we're back.
Yep.
I don't remember where I was at, so I'm going to start from here. As a child, Uda sailed with her father Shanks as a musician and his crew. The red-haired
pirates, not parrot, pirates.
Wow, words, people, words.
Don't worry, it's just Tommy, guys. So
when Uda was 9, the red-haired pirates set up a base at Fusha Village in the East Blue, where she was able to meet Monkey D. Luffy, who she did not think much of at the time, but demonstrated her singing powers in the party bar, and to great acclaim, Shanks and Luffy had, a great relationship, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And she soon became friends with Luffy. Looking forward to coming and meeting him all the time and all the good stuff. Later, the redhead pirates made a voyage out to sea. Luffy attempted to stow away, but Uda caught him, resulting in his removal.
Of course.
You and your charger. Sorry, might pick up just the.
Yeah.
But while they were out on one of their more missions, they went to Elgia, where she contained a demon Top Musica in a sheet music. Unbeknownst to her, she became possessed by it
Dun, dun, dun.
and destroyed the entire island of music. Gordon looked after her after they left, and made her into the best singer in the world.
The extremely sheltered.
Yes.
But no, like I said, extremely sheltered, basically to the point of she had no clue what's going on in the world until she found video corresponding snails.
Yes.
A newer invention which showed her, and at that point she decided to start singing for people.
It's in the land of One Piece. We do not use phones or cell phones. We use snails.
Yeah.
There are phone snails, video snails, transponder snails.
It's a new device. Well, I won't say new, but it's a device that I don't know if it's a natural device or if it was one created by the world government.
You could find out, but I don't know.
But it's not overly important right now. When we finally decide to do a One Piece, we can always go over it. So,
Don't die on me, Nick. Don't die.
no, just got a cough. But so from there, it was 2 years from the minute she found it to the minute of the she did decide to do the concert.
But she was on the island for 12 years by herself.
Well, not fully by herself, but yeah,
Well,
basically by herself. I'm not too sure if it's been said or not. I'm pretty sure they've hinted at Uta is the only romantic interest for Luffy,
the only true
one that Luffy would correspond to.
Yes, there are a couple different fan ships with Luffy.
Yeah, you have our most common one being Nami,
which is Luffy's navigator on his crew.
I know there's been a few for Nico Robin.
Yes, but Nico Robin's a little old. She's older than everybody on the crew. I think she's in her late 20s, and everybody else is in their
early teens
or late teens now.
Then we have Hancock.
Yeah, Boa Hancock, which is one of the former warlords of the sea, 7 warlords.
Yeah, and then I think there's been a few with Vivi.
That's an interesting one. I haven't heard that one, but that's a good one. Vivi is a queen of Arendelle. No,
not Arendelle. That's Frozen Time. What the hell are you? But no, she's the princess of a desert kingdom for Alabasta.
Yeah,
there we go.
Something.
Yeah, they met at the start of One Piece on the Grand Line.
Yes.
So, but anyways, getting back to the story. So most of the movie is actually really good. We saw it in English. The only thing that they had in Japanese was the songs, and it was done by the original Japanese artist who did them.
Yes. Ooh. Yes.
A spoiler or a little nod. At the end of the movie, when they were going over actors and everything, if you didn't know this, the English voice actor for Uta is Emily, who is actually a cover artist. So you can find her on Spotify, YouTube itself, or even Pandora. If you haven't heard of her or don't listen to her, I would highly recommend it. But as I said, that was actually a really pleasant surprise for me. Since I wanted to watch it this last week with not only Tommy, but with my wife. As we were heading back, we were listening to One of the songs and everything.
We'll be right back.
But
And we're back.
we're back. As I was saying, that was actually a pleasant surprise, and find out that she was the one who did Uta's English voice.
And the lady who does Uta's Japanese voice is a person called Kaori Nazuka, and her singer is a person called Ado, or Ado, or however you pronounce it. She is a 20-year-old singer who's been apparently making her name for herself around the world.
Well, with that, you gotta remember, Japanese artists tend to start really younger
True,
than American.
that is true.
So, because I know we're getting off topic, but you gotta remember about baby metal.
Yep,
So
they're young.
they started out when they were like 11 and 12.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but anyways, continuing. Sorry, not me.
Yes, we did.
We?
Yes.
Yes, you did.
Where are we going to go? Let's see.
Yeah, apparently, guys, today's going to probably be a shorter episode.
Yeah, because we don't want to do too much spoilers because
Sooner or later, we're going to start doing One Piece itself.
yeah.
But really, we're just trying to stick to the movie.
What was it? Yeah. Weapons. She had weapons here.
Lance and Shield.
Yes, there we go. She is seen wielding a spear and a shield, and also a jetpack that enables her to fly. Though this was all in the Uda world, in the real world, she had a knife, though she never really had the opportunity to use it. But
It's interesting.
she has immaculate voice. Ada does, and her at already only being 20, her vocal range is immaculate. She had at least a 3-octave range, if not a 4 already, and it is very difficult. If you know the singer Queen or Freddie Mercury, he had a 4-octave range, which is why he was so sought after.
Yep. So,
And I'm back one more time. Sorry, I had to
hopefully. Yeah,
So-
Tommy's scatterbrained today.
Yes, I am.
That's
And we are
Tommy's.
no longer professionals, so. So a little bit of trivia about this movie. It is currently the highest grossing One Piece film at over 15 billion yen, which surpassed the previous One Piece film, Z, record of 6.887 billion yen. in
Which was
only
an
10
interesting
days.
concept because I haven't fully seen Z yet, but
I watched a little bit of it.
I've seen bits and pieces, and it's actually seems like it'd be a really good
It's a
movie.
really good movie so far. This is also the first film since One Piece 3D Straw Hat Chase to have its title revealed when it was first announced. The director of this film, Ogoro Takanouchi, if I butchered that, I'm sorry, previously directed the OVA One Piece Defeat Him, the Pirate Gonzak, which came out in 1998, 24 years before this movie was set to release, and over a year before the release of the first episode of the anime. This is the first movie to feature Jinbei as a member of the Straw Hat Pirates, which
Makes sense.
he recently joined before this latest arc in the actual anime.
Yeah, and
But
you
then
guys,
disappeared for a little bit. It came back.
yeah, you gotta remember though, even though a lot of anime movies are filler and they're not classified as canon for most of the time, actually all of One Piece movies are classified as canon. They're just set off as like a separate adventure than the main storyline.
Uda was created due to Oda being tired of drawing legendary old men, presumably referring to the characters like Shiki, Z, Gil Tesoro, and Douglas Bullet, who headlined 4 out of the last 5 movies, and wanting to develop a major female character instead. Which I applaud him because it was a great movie.
Yes,
And I
it was.
implore you to go see it because I can't voice how incredible the movie actually was.
I think part of it though was because we saw it in IMAX.
Oh, you have to see it in IMAX because One, 4K graphics and surround sound. I think
Yes.
the only thing better would be 3D. And
I don't think they can do 3D One Piece movies or 3-piece anime movies. I think they've done them, but I don't think they've always turned out very well.
it'd be an interesting concept.
Yeah.
The film should take place after the Wano Kane arc. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. And given that Jinbei is part of the crew and sailing with them, and Luffy can go Gear 5, a little bit of a spoiler, they have also previously defeated and are acquainted with Big Mom's children and their powers. However, in the movie, Big Mom is still called an emperor. A member of the audience calls Luffy the fifth emperor, and Kobe and Pudding haven't been kidnapped by Blackbeard pirates yet. So, a little backstory on that. The Wano County arc, or country arc, is the arc that we're in the anime right now.
Wano.
It is set in like
Feudal Japan.
Yeah, feudal Japan is the island it is. And Gear 5 is the new up and coming power that Luffy is supposed to be able to get.
Spoiler: Luffy's a god.
Luffy is a god.
No, literally, Luffy is a god, guys.
Yes,
If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can research it, or you can actually just sit down and watch the anime. It's going to take you about 5 years to catch up.
Yeah, it took me 5 years from start to finish because there is over 1,000 episodes,
And about, 7 movies now?
something like that.
7 movies?
Yeah, pretty close. 5 or 6. But Kobe is the first person Luffy meets in the anime. But
No.
he didn't want to become a pirate. He became a marine to help people.
And Luffy threw him at Garp to replace himself, Luffy,
Yeah.
because Luffy didn't want to become a marine.
Luffy wants to become king of the pirates. Yeah, I believe
So it's
you're
like,
that deal.
here, Grandpa, here's my replacement.
And Kobe and his other companion, which I don't remember his name.
It starts with an H. It's X Morgan's
Aleppo.
son.
Yeah. So one of the first people Luffy defeats, his son becomes Kobe's companion and gets trained by Garp. And they're literally are getting trained to become the next vice admirals.
Basically take over for Garp when he steps down.
Yes.
Because Garp's going to step down and retire, or he's going to fall in battle.
Yes.
There's no doubt of that. He's not going to get promoted to admiral.
This is the first One Piece film to be screened in IMAX theaters.
Ooh.
So we were lucky.
Yes.
This is also the first film to have an accompanying album, Uta no Uta One Piece Film Red, sung by the main characters, releasing a couple of songs before the film's opening day.
Oh.
The movie marks Bueno and Khalifa's first appearance in the story since CP9's independent report. CP9 is kind of like the Black Ops operatives in America. They're a secret organization that you're not really supposed to know about, but they take care of issues.
They're the open secret.
Yeah. This is the first movie to feature the 5 elders, the Big Mom Pirates, and the red hair pirates. The 5 elders are the big 5 of the world government. They're the leaders that control everything. Supposedly.
Well, not really, because there is one person above them that controls everything.
Yes, which is why pirates are the main antagonists or main protagonists of the movie, because they're free. There are the good pirates and there are the bad pirates. The bad pirates are the ones that just
Blackbeard.
want to take over everything. And you got good pirates like Luffy or red hair pirates who just want to be free. They want to be able to do whatever they want.
Yep.
2 of Uda's soldiers had lances to the throat of a kneeling Luffy, visually mimicking the execution pose of Gold D. Rogers, which was awesome.
It was. I think one of the only other better things they did was, you know how most movies have your post-credit scenes. This one had a little reel, and it was showing past companions, past allies of the Straw Hats, and what they're doing now.
Yes, and we got flashbacks of like people we haven't seen since literally the first season of the anime.
So one of my favorite ones was
Before Zoro.
Nami's village that
Yeah.
she saved from, that Luffy had to help save from Arlong, they showed the mayor, I think was the pinwheel dude,
Yes.
her sister, then two of Zoro's old bounty hunter buddies apparently had settled down and now fishermen in that village, which I thought was awesome.
Because so before Zoro, which is Luffy's swordman
And
and
unofficial first mate.
yes, which is the first crew member that Luffy gains.
Second.
No, first.
Technically second, first official.
First official, second because Kobe.
Nami.
Nami wasn't. No, Nami was after Zoro.
He stole. Well, he met Nami first and said, "You're my navigator."
Okay.
Luffy, though, fully got Zoro technically first, and Nami technically did not officially join until after Arlong.
True. Okay, that's true. But before Zoro was a pirate hunter, he was a bounty hunter. You became.
Well, you mean before he was a pirate? He was.
Yes. Before he was officially a pirate, he was a pirate hunter. And he had two companions that walked around with him. They just kind of followed him because he was so strong. They are the ones that settled down. And it's so cool to see that they didn't forget about just side characters. They actually brought them into this movie and like, look, this is what they are doing now, which is so cool because not a lot of animes do that.
No, there are a lot that once you do a filler arc or a side arc that the characters in it sort of go to a wayside. There are unique occasions, like in some of the Naruto ones, they do bring them back. But this is one of the big ones where it goes, hey, remember all these people? This is basically what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
Since Luffy's left them.
Luffy's Gear 5 form is seen for a few frames, a short zoom into its face, a quick shot from behind, and a distant view of his body, but never fully close up. It is used in the film may have been limited to preserve its first screen appearance for the anime. Now, you don't know what Gear 5 is or the gears at all. Luffy's power is the Gomu Gomu no Mi, that is what its official name is now. It used to be called another name.
The Nika, I think it was.
Hito.
Oh,
Hito no Mi.
Hito. Yes,
The
because the
world
world
government changed it.
changed it because it is literally the fruit of a god.
Yes. But Luffy doesn't know that. He knows it as a Goma Goma, so he's a rubber. It literally gives him the power of rubber.
Yeah.
So bullets don't work on him, so they just bounce off.
Yeah, once he realizes what his fruit is, he can literally bend reality.
Yes. So,
which is
Gear 5
terrifying.
Makes him what we call the Joy Boy form, because Joy Boy years ago ate the same fruit, and now Luffy is technically the full reincarnation of him. That's coming up.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
And Joy Boy
is a big spoiler.
Yes. Joy Boy is actually the originator of what is known as the Will of D, and his story had taken place in the Void Century.
Yes, which was millennia ago or something like that.
800 years.
Yeah.
900 years, something like that.
Lisa Ortiz, the voice of Chopper from the 4Kids Entertainment dub of this series, makes her return to the series as the voice of Sunny and several background roles. Sunny is the Straw Hat Pirates' vessel, their ship. And in the Uta world, it is a tiny little plushy lion that has a big ass sun for its mane, and it is so cute. And I want a plushie of it. I really want one.
So the fact of the matter is, I'm not gonna buy one because it's gonna be so expensive. I'm gonna see if my wife will make me one.
Oh
yes. For those of you who don't know, and I know this is a big off the track thing, but my wife does so, and she does have her own business called Spiderweb Stitching. I think you can find her on Facebook. So call out to her. Don't tell her where you heard that, though. I don't want to die. But yeah. So
I think it's so cool that this was one film. It brought so many characters back from that you haven't seen in a long time together.
That is nice.
Also, without really changing the
timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not because it's not to is like, hey, this is what they're doing right now. That's all it was.
Mhm.
So, but I think that's all the time we have for this right now.
Yep, I think that's all we're going to be able to talk about because without ruining the movie itself or having a movie in the background to watch it with,
Yeah,
I can't really say much more.
yeah. So,
For right now, this is TNT, and we will see you later.
peace out, guys.
Goodbye.